How many people have not been in this building before? Always drove by and wondered what was in it. Now you know. The future of New York City is right here in this building, and maybe the future of the world. You don't know what's going to be invented here or started here, but when our nation's economy first began to falter, as you know, our administration took a number of steps to stabilize our local businesses and to encourage future growth. And one of the most successful of our initiatives has been the incubators that we've established to help new businesses growing in lots of different fields. And with our partners in the private sector, we've opened 5 incubators for tech startups, media freelancers, fashion designers, and entrepreneurs in food production and the arts. And in just 1 year, tenants in those incubators have created more than 150 new jobs and generated more than $15 million in private investment. And that's just the beginning, because once these companies grow, they will continue to add jobs. These are the new businesses that really are fueling our city's recovery. And they're part of the reason why New York City is leading the nation in job growth, and why, for example, we not only recently surpassed Boston in venture capital funding for internet startups, but we're also catching up to Silicon Valley. In fact, during the 3rd quarter of this year, venture capital funding here increased by 22% over the same period in 2009, even as it went down in Silicon Valley. Now, we don't wish Silicon Valley any ill, but we're in competition with every other city around the world for businesses and for jobs, and we've got to make sure that New York is an attractive place, the most attractive place for people to come and start their businesses. We know that office space and equipment and the chance to rub shoulders and share ideas with colleagues are what people launching startups in every industry really need, and that's why we're going to set up 3 more business incubators before the end of the year. And today we're here to announce the first of those new incubators, which also happens to be the first incubator for the Bronx. The city is investing $250,000 to provide 400 entrepreneurs with low-cost office space over the next 3 years, and that office space will be located right here in the historic Banknote Building in Hunts Point, and it will be open to entrepreneurs across many industries, including media and technology, green and biotech, healthcare, and financial services. Now, the Sunshine Bronx Business Incubator, which we expect to open in February, will include about 180 different workstations. It will also offer a number of other perks, such as the use of conference rooms, free printing and copying up to 100 pages, low-cost phone service, and access to bi-weekly networking groups, coaching, and other business training. And all of these services are part of the agreement with our partner in this incubator, the community-based realty manager, Sunshine Bronx LLC, and the building's landlord, Taconic Investment Partners. For the first 6 months in the incubator, co-workers or freelancers or freelance entrepreneurs will pay under $200 a month for a shared workstation, and after the 6 months is up, tenants will be charged a still below market rent of $295 for an individual desk. And our hope is that when the city's initiation investment, excuse me, which is what keeps rents low, runs out, the building owner will begin charging market rate rents, and many of the incubator tenants' businesses will have grown to the point where they can afford them. And that's certainly been the case already in our other incubators, where some tenants have already graduated into market rate space and continue to expand. We want to help business get going. We don't want to subsidize businesses. That's not what the city's job is. But we certainly want to make sure people get the start, and when they get a start, they get the start here. Entrepreneurs, as you know, have always been the heartbeat of our economy. They are the ones who will lead our city to a recovery and help continue the revitalization of areas like the South Bronx, East Harlem, and Sunset Park. And financing with a relatively small public investment, our incubators are fueling growth in these neighborhoods and helping today's dreamers and doers become tomorrow's big success story. So at this point, let me turn the floor over to the man really responsible for making sure all of this works, our Deputy Mayor for Economic Development, Bob Steele. Bob?
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's terrific to be back here at the Banknote Building and to talk about the exciting things that are about to happen. You know, as the mayor alluded to, New York is a city of many strengths. Our economy has strong positions already in media, finance, culture, fashion, technology, and other aspects of the economy that really benefit from innovation. But in order to maintain this position, we have to be both creative and nimble in meeting the challenges that we face in this competitive environment. We believe that the key in terms of economic development for really meeting this challenge is to have smart, talented, and hardworking people, and then to have the city provide some of the extra tools they need to begin to create thriving businesses that can grow and succeed and employ more New Yorkers. That's why the launch of this Sunshine Bronx Business Incubator is so important to all of us and to the economy of our city. We know that finding and paying for office space is one of the big and earliest challenges when someone starting a new business is facing. We want to make that easier at the start. As the mayor said, this new incubator will provide affordable space and basic office services to Bronx entrepreneurs in a variety of industries. It's a model we've already used successfully and have had a great deal of results in other parts of the city, and we're confident, very confident, can work here in this fantastic setting. This network of incubators is part of the broader strategy to focus on supporting innovation and entrepreneurship around the city. Incubators are providing both space and mentorship, and also capital. We know that via the New York City Entrepreneurial Fund, the first city-sponsored seed fund outside of Silicon Valley, that this capital can be an important force for helping these businesses become seeded and begin to grow. But that's not all. We also recognize that training is important too, and whether it's Jump Start or Fast Track programs, we have over 1,000 entrepreneurs participating in these programs to learn skills so they can be more successful more quickly. Put that all together, whether it's training, capital, space, or mentorship, and all of them together, we can make a real difference with the ease with which New Yorkers can transform an idea into a business, into jobs. And that's really the idea. We're always looking for new ways to help young companies, not by having the government decide what or how they do, but helping them realize their dreams, not ours, but helping them accomplish those is really what we're about. Just yesterday, EDC announced a series of innovations along with the mayor with regard to the fashion industry, and working closely with that industry to keep New York a place where innovation is paramount in the fashion industry. But whether it's fashion, media, technology, or an industry that nobody is even yet talking about, we just want to be helpful to get them doing the right thing. And there's no place better where we could imagine this happening than right here in the Banknote Building. Thank you.
Bob, thank you. These new companies really are the future of our city, and we want to make sure that they're started here, and that as they start to grow, they realize the great advantages of having a business here in New York City. A lot of industries which we've never thought of as New York industries really are becoming New York industries, and IT is certainly one of them. Google has a couple thousand people here. Microsoft has a couple thousand people here. Thomson Reuters has 4,500, a lot of whom are in IT. Bloomberg has 4,500, a lot of whom are in IT. Facebook is building their stuff, their number of people here dramatically. There's a real reason to be here, and business begets business. People want to be where there are other people doing well and where they can swap ideas and sometimes look for new areas of employment. And so this is exactly what we want to do. And I wanted to thank all our partners in government and in the private sector who are supporting this effort, and that includes the City's Economic Development Corporation, led by President Seth Pinsky. Seth, there you are. The representatives from Sunshine Bronx LLC and their partners at Baruch College, including the Zicklin School of Business and its Dean, John Elliott, Taconic Investment Partners, and its Senior Vice President, Peter Fribo, and the elected officials who joined us today. Next, we're going to hear from Assembly Member Marcos Crespo. Marcos?
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Hunts Point, the heart of my assembly district and a community that I think is an example of what we need in our city, what we continue to need in terms of opportunity. The Bronx continues to grow. We have a lot of challenges. We're standing, you're sitting, I'm standing, in the Community Board 2 section of the Bronx. Community Boards 1, 2, and 3, unfortunately, have the distinction of having the highest unemployment rate, I believe, throughout the city of New York at 30%. And this incubator is going to provide an opportunity and access to resources, particularly space, which a lot of those entrepreneurs that want to begin a change and a progression of opportunity in our borough need. We don't have that opportunity here. The spaces are so expensive, commercial spaces at a premium, and this incubator is really going to serve a true purpose. Right now, we have so many challenges in the state and the city and our country. It doesn't take a finance major to understand that small business is the road to recovery, providing opportunities for new ideas to grow and flourish. And right now, we've sponsored one of those through the state, working with the Hunts Point Economic Development Corporation. We have an entrepreneur assistance program, which I believe will be partnering with this incubator. It's the BOEDC has a lot of opportunities that they offer entrepreneurs, but really space and coming together and having a one-stop shop is what is so desperately needed in our borough. So I really commend the mayor, his staff, EDC, and everyone, Sunshine, for bringing this together. I look forward to partnering and continue to help our small businesses grow.
Marcos, thank you. Next, our partner at Sunshine Realty Management, co-founder Henry Yerushalmei.
Thank you, Mayor Bloomberg. Thank you for inviting me. I speak today for myself and for my partner and best friend, Joe Robbie, who couldn't join us because he just got married and is enjoying his honeymoon. Congratulations again, buddy. Joe and I started this business together, and we learned the hard way that being an entrepreneur is a team sport. Working at home, meeting in coffee shops, having no one to act as a sounding board just didn't make business feel real for us. Even though you might have the motivation, the drive, the idea, and the energy, it's really about being part of a community and having a network around you to achieve your goals. So why an incubator and why here? Sunshine Suite has built a reputation at its 2 Manhattan location as a place where startups grow up. Now with our partners, we're bringing affordable, scalable workspace model to Hunts Point so we can offer our home to current and future entrepreneurs. We see ourselves as a launching pad for generations of entrepreneurs in the Bronx. We plan on putting on a show here, and we want you all to be a part of it. We envision a dynamic community where you could share your ideas and work with other successful entrepreneurs to be part of a vibrant environment. We plan to share our work, create think tanks, and cross-pollinate our clients, whom we like to refer as shiners. There will be mentoring by other entrepreneurs and educators from Baruch College. We will have seminars, events, corporate sports teams, bowling leagues, meet and greets, access to interns, and much, much more. So why the Bronx? There's a lot more entrepreneurial zeal in the Bronx than anyone realizes. We hope that we're the ones to channel it and to bring it to its surface. In just a few months, this location, actually the location right below, will be populated by entrepreneurs in a beautiful landmark building. They will be energized by a wide variety of enterprises, from technology to media, financial services, green businesses, to just name a few. They will be inspired by breathtaking views of Manhattan. They will be juiced by the energy around them, and they will find it a lot easier to get a parking spot than downtown Manhattan. That being said, I hope to see you all here in early 2011 when we open our doors. Until then, thank you.
Henry, thank you. And finally, the Dean of Baruch College's Zeklin School of Business, John Elliott.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. At Baruch College, we've been one of those involved with entrepreneurship for many years. We have a BA, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, an MBA with a concentration in entrepreneurship. And so we visit a lot of students, we educate a lot of students. We also have an SBDC where we partner with New York State. What I'm really excited about is the new partnership with Sunshine Suites. We will be taking our faculty and our SBDC advisors to their clients to help support their growth as companies in these incubators, and they likewise will be letting some of their clients come to our school to work with some of our students to help them see what their future might look like. So it's a wonderful partnership. It's new, just as this one is, but it's really the tip of the iceberg for what's coming to New York. Thank you.
Thank Thank you, and before we take some questions, let me just summarize today's announcement for our Spanish-speaking audience. Estamos creando un nuevo incubador para negocios en el sur del Bronx. Va a proveer espacios de oficina a bajo costo para unos 400 negocios nuevos para hasta 3 años. Este es el séptimo incubador que hemos creado desde el principio de la recesión y esperamos crear 2 más para el fin del año.